GalaxyFighter. This lesson is called the laser shots. When the user touches the fire button, the ship fires a laser shot. How do we implement that? When the user touches the fire button, a message called Fire Button Touched is sent to the Fire Manager. The Fire Manager will take the next available laser sprite from the Ship Manager's laser array and configure the start position, the end position, and the flying time for the laser shot, and call the Shot Manager's Shoot from to Time method so that the laser shot flies from the ship to the right side of the screen. How does the laser shot destroy the meteor? We have our collision manager updating all the time. It has access to both the laser array and to the meteor array. It will check if any of the laser shots collides with any of the meteors, using the laser hits meteor method. And if they do, it will send a message, Sprite Explosion, to the explosion manager, which will explode the meteor. That's the plan. Let's go to Xcode and actually do it. We are inside Xcode. Our task is to add the fire button, and when the user touches it, a laser shot is fired from the ship. If the laser shot hits the meteor explodes. Our plan is to introduce a sprite array called laser array that we will attach to our ship. The new resources is an image called laser.png and two images, fire.png and fireselect.png, that we will use for our fire button. We also have a new sound called laser.mp3. We have two new classes, a fire manager that will be derived from the class shot manager, and the shot manager will have a method called shoot sprite from start location to end location with time fly time. 4 classes will be affected. As usual, we will add some new constants to our common class. The game layer will create a fire manager. We will add the laser array to our ship manager. And in collision manager, we will add a method called laser hits meteor. Let's look at our starting point. In our sprite sheet, we have added laser.png. In our images, we have fire.png and fireselect.png for our fire button. And in our sounds, we have laser.mp3. Let's listen to it. Let's now examine our code. We start with the common class. First, we have the position for our fire button. In fact, we have 2 positions, because the user will be able to choose if he wants the button to be on the left or on the right-hand side. Then we have the offset, which determines where the laser shot will start with respect to the ship position. And then we have the fly duration time of the laser shot. Under the ship heading, we have laser capacity. That is the maximum number of laser shots. And under Z orders, we set the Z order for the laser shot and also for the fire button. Let's go to the game layer. We are creating the fire manager, and as you know by now, there are 7 steps involved. 1, 2, 3 in the interface part, and in the implementation part. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now let's look at the ship manager. at the interface part. We are adding a sprite array called laser array. We are setting it as a property because the collision manager and the fire manager will need to access it. In the implementation part, we are synthesizing this property, and in the setup ship method, we are creating and adding the laser array. Let's go to the fire manager, the interface part. First, we observe that the fire manager is a subclass of the shot manager, and a quick glance at the shot manager reveals that it has just one method: shoot sprite from start location to end location, which time search and flight time. Go back. Apart from the standard game layer, we have the fire button. And in the implementation part, we are setting up the fire button. And here is the setup fire button method. We create a menu item using the images fire.png and fireselect.png, and we use the selector called fire button touched. So when the user touches the button, this method is called. And what does it do? First, it checks if the ship is visible. If not, it returns and doesn't do anything. Otherwise, it plays the laser sound. Then we get the laser sprite, set the start and end position, and we call the shoot sprite from start location to end location, which time search and flight time. The shot method is defined in the shot manager. If we go to its implementation part, we see how this method is implemented. It moves the sprite from start position to end position with a certain time. And when that is done, a callback function called makeNodeInvisible is called, which makes the sprite invisible. That's everything there is to it. So let's run this. And as you can see, it works.